patient. Just stay and then yeah, and then we'll start off. Please, if you know you have team members and they are not yet here, I beg go and tag them to come. Because tomorrow, I repeat again, no one should come to my DMs and be so the thing is, please call them now, I beg. Because when we start, and like today is going to be very in-depth. Every single thing is going to be explained. And so please go call your team members, your friends who are in the community, who are interested in the hackathon, call them here, bring them, team or without team. Thank you. Go and remind them. So second thought, I'm thinking 8:40 is like far off. So I think we'll just start now and then others will join in. Besides, we're starting with the recap. So yes, good evening everyone. And once again, welcome to the CAT Hackathon Zaria Hub Kickoff call. My name is Amina Ismaila and I will be moderating today's event. And so thank you all for joining this call and attending this meeting. Your presence here shows us that you mean business. You're really ready to create projects that truly matter and win this hackathon. And I do know you understand that we're looking for projects that respond to the community's real needs. And so yes, we truly appreciate your dedication and readiness to build with purpose. So unlike the onboarding session we had a couple of days ago, today's one is different. It's more in-depth. You're going to get full clarity on the entire process. That's why I say everybody should be here. Expectations, submission requirements, judging criteria, rules and regulations, what we expect from you, and most importantly, what support you can expect from us at Project Genius as the Zaria Hub for this hackathon, okay? So we are not rushing today. We'll take our time and we'll make sure everybody leaves here with complete understanding. So as the session goes now, we have the various facilitators, giving their input and all of that, writing down your questions, writing it down or dropping them in the chat board below. Okay. So before we begin, there are just a few guidelines just so that everything is orderly. Number one, please, everyone should keep their mic muted unless you're called upon, I beg. And then feel free to drop your questions in the chat box or indicate if you'd like to speak, and I will call on you during the Q&A session. So be patient, okay? And also, this is for everyone's good. Please stay to the end so you don't miss any crucial information. Because if you've already noticed, this is a little bit complex. It's very, very in-depth and there's so much details, okay? So, yeah. Now we're starting officially. To kick things off, I'd like guys, as I'm introducing him, all of you don't see that emoji, be clapping your hands and go put ginger everywhere. So to kick things off, I would like to invite our co-facilitator and founder of Project Genius, Morgan Opoma, to give us a brief recap of what happened at our onboarding session and set the stage for today's kickoff. So, Sir Morgan, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Please confirm if you can hear me. Awesome.
Oh, I can hear you. I believe they all can.
Yeah. So, first of all, good evening, everyone. It's such an honor being here with you guys and leading under one of these sessions. Thank you so much for taking out the time to stick with us and be here. It's been quite a journey now from the onboarding session till now, and I'll be giving a brief recap of the entire project really. But before that, yeah, today's been a very good day for me. Yeah, so I spent most of my day today, I think, interacting with most of you guys. I think I chatted up a couple of you guys on the group, and I try to get you guys warmed up, explain stuff, answer questions, and just be there as support for all the teams for this journey. I'll be your guide. If you have any questions, any at all, reach out to me. I believe there are no wrong questions. You can have wrong answers, but there are no wrong questions. The more you ask, I'm sorry, the comment made me laugh. Yeah, Morgan is a guy. So no wrong questions. Please feel free to ask as many questions as you want, as you can. I'll be here to answer and help you out. So brief recap. So on the 10th of November or 11th, we had our onboarding call where we introduced you to the organizers of the CATS Hackathon, Cardano Africa Tech Summit, which is WADA and it's licensed to Prisma. We'll be following their principles along the journey, along the hackathon journey. So we explained all of that, and then we briefed you guys about sense of place, which is basically having a needs assessment, going out to your community to find issues, and also forming your team. So I'm going to give you a quick recap about the teams. From my notepad here, we currently have about teams. Sorry, I think I was muted for a while. So I was giving a recap about the teams so far. So far so good. We have about 13 teams with 59 participants, and I'm still actively engaging in matchmaking, team formation. We're there. Yeah, we're here to help you out, and hopefully, yeah, you get to hear from Alfred. You get to hear from the representative from Prisma. If you have questions, get a pen, get a paper, jot them down. Go to the chat box. Sorry, write out your questions, explain yourself, and we're here for you. We're here as your guides. We'll guide you all along the journey, and we are so glad you are here. We're so glad we are building impactful projects with you, and I can't wait to see to like be with you guys to the end of this journey. And that will be my my recap and my welcoming speech for you guys. But before I leave your faces, I have something to share. Yeah. So to be personal, so I spent my whole day interacting with the community, that's interacting with each and every one of you guys, answering questions and checking up on you guys. Yeah. So I know a couple of you guys don't know me. I'm the founder of Project Genius. We've hosted about two innovation challenges on campus, and I'm a final year mechatronics engineering student, and my results came out today. So yeah, that's what I'm sharing with you guys. So yeah, I'm so proud to tell you guys, to tell the community I've been
Morgan is a
working with for the
graduate
past two
too.
years.
And
What?
it's not a graduate. You're not a final year student. You're a graduate.
Now I saw my results today. Now, so
Don't
yeah, now I'm a
don't put
graduate.
off.
So I saw my results today, and guys, I am the first ever first class student in the history of my department. I swear, easy. I'm so happy, guys. So yeah, so that's all I have to share with you guys, and let's go back to cat hackathon. Thank you.
Oh my God, Morgan, congratulations. That is a huge feat. I am so proud of you. That was worth hearing. And also thank you very much for for being succinct and keeping to just the recap. You did a beautiful job. And I would like to guys, you all should be applauding. No, did you not hear? Anyway, I would like to reiterate one more time. Please do not put off your mic or speak out of turn. If you want to say something, raise your hands up. When the Q&A session comes up, I would call on you, okay? So now we're moving into a very important session that's focused on understanding the deeper framework behind this hackathon, which I know most of you have been very curious about, or you've heard about, but you've not really understood exactly what it's about. And so, like I said, as you know, CAT Hackathon is grounded in systems change and regenerative thinking. That is, we are not just building solutions, we are building sustainable ecosystems. And so to help us understand how these regenerative principles translate into real world practical work in Zaria here, and how you guys know how to impute it in your work, so that's in your project. We are joined by someone, a special guest, who works directly at the heart of this framework. Guys, your applause, start clapping already. This is a very, very special guest. It is my pleasure to introduce Tobias Fechner. He is the infrastructure lead at Prisma, a facilitator at WADA, and an experienced regenerative practitioner who has guided multiple communities globally, not just like globally, yes, in applying regenerative principles to real world challenges, which is very key to the project you all would be, creating. So today, you'll be taking us through bridging theory to action, the practical guide to regenerative principles in Zaria. So that means he will be showing us how to bridge theory to action using regenerative principles and then translating these ideas into real impacts. This session, as you're already feeling, will give you clarity on how to shape your project ideas in a way that it aligns with WADA and Prisma standards and creates meaningful local impact. This is like the secret, the ingredients, to creating awesome projects for the CATS Hackathon. So please join me. Applause. I want it more. Join me in welcoming Tobias Fechner. So Tobias, over to you.
Hi, thank you. Wow, what a wonderful introduction. Thank you very much for that, and thanks for all the applause. It feels like a very lively and fun space that I'm stepping into, so it's a real pleasure to be here. Can you all hear me okay? Am I coming through? Am I audible?
Yes. You are very audible. We can hear you, and welcome to our fun space. It is a fun space, you got that right.
Thanks. Yeah, so I will do my best to speak to these principles, but as Amina, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yes,
as
you
Amina
are.
was
Yes, you are.
perfect. As Amina was saying, it's complex, and listen, I've been trying to learn these things myself for like 3 years plus, and I'm still a beginner. I'm more a beginner every day, because that's how it is with these things. So I'm afraid I don't have any slides to share with you, and I'm also just on my way back home. So this is going to be a little bit improvised, but maybe that's also speaking to regeneration in some ways as well. So what I'm going to do is tell a little bit of a story, and hopefully that will illuminate some of the principles, and we might have some time for questions at the end. So the story starts with I did a course, and this course was teaching regenerative design. And the reason why I started this course is because I was working in the renewable energy space. And in the renewable energy space, I don't know if any of you have worked there or read about that sector before, but they talk a lot about carbon emissions. Carbon emissions. And I was there doing my best job, trying to make a difference. And I was thinking, yeah, but surely not everything that's going on can be reduced into a single metric of how much CO2 did we avoid or did we recover from the atmosphere. And this kind of discontent is what led me to try and find something more, try and find a deeper understanding, and that's what led me to the start of this design course. From there, I found what I was looking for in many ways, because I found that things are interconnected, and it's very difficult to work on one thing without finding out it's connected to almost everything else. And when you start to work in that way, things do get very complex. And when things get complex, a lot of people kind of start to feel overwhelmed. There's a lot of uncertainty, and with that comes fear, which is very natural. And when we're afraid, we withdraw from things. So a lot of the time we end up withdrawing from complexity, but in reality, the world is complex. It's very interconnected. It's very non-linear. So when we recognize the complexity, we realize that we need to start from a different approach. We can't start by reducing things down into a very, very closed system with a small number of parts that makes us feel comfortable and reassured. It might feel good in the short term, but by working in that way, it will often recreate a lot of challenges that are what we're trying to work through in the first place. So we need to start from recognizing complexity. And when we do that, it changes how we approach things. Then we shift into working in terms of ongoing processes and continuously learning through feedback loops and questioning our assumptions and shifting our perspectives. These are some of the core capabilities of thinking in terms of systems. And thinking in terms of systems, like I said before, is a long learning journey. So then that's the first kind of chapter, is the shift into everything being interconnected and starting from a place that recognizes complexity. Then and by the way, this is an emerging field of science. Some people might have heard of complexity science. This was a field that started to emerge around the turn of the century, 2000. And this field emerged because people from different disciplines were realizing that there are similar kinds of patterns in totally different systems in different areas of work. So you had people from biology joining, you had people from psychology, from maths, from economics. And all of these people were realizing that there's these patterns in the complex systems that they're working on. And that's what gave rise to the field of complexity science. And it's within this field of complexity science that we have this kind of classification of living systems. And this is where I start to get really excited and really passionate about this work, because at the end of the day, the answer that I found on this journey that I started was to truly appreciate and honor the miracle of life. It sounds corny, but that's really what it boils down to. And it's as simple as that. Everything else is trying to make sense of how to do that well, how to exist, how to be in the world, both ourselves and as communities and teams, functional teams, productive teams, and how to be in a way where we're actually growing more life, not destroying it. I would say that's maybe the first principle. Is this making sense, by the way, or am I sounding like a rambling lunatic?
Oh, no. It's making sense. It's making sense. It's coming together.
Cool, thank you. Another piece of context is, and this is all just kind of context for the work. This sits within what we're trying to disrupt, is this kind of post-enlightenment approach to science and education, which reduced everything into these separate parts and said, if A bumps into B, then it will make a kind of reaction of C, and the equation ends there and we can all go home happy. That's this kind of paradigm that we're working in. But when we work on projects in that way, it's oftentimes not honoring the complexity and not aligned with what's actually growing life. So if we then ask ourselves, all right, how do we do this? How do we align with life? One of the key shifts that is being offered to us, and is my invitation to you as well, is to think in terms of conditions. What conditions are needed for life to flourish, and how can we work on those conditions and create those conditions for our systems? And I'm going to talk in terms of a metaphor. Parents. We all have them, whether you like them or not, and hopefully you do, because I'm sure they try. Parents are there to nurture a child and help that child grow to be as healthy as it can be. And a child is a great example, and any person is a great example of a living system. It's complex, it has personality, it has essence, it has life force that is moving through it. And we can't reduce that person's journey to something deterministic and predictable and algorithmic. And we can't write a recipe for that person, or for every person, for every child, and say they should learn like this. You know, every person is different, every person is unique, and it's the same thing for ecosystems, it's the same thing for places. So a parent, you know, there's like people working on the field of regenerative parenting now, and that's actually, it's really interesting. I haven't read into it, but probably you'll find that same principle of creating the conditions for that child to thrive. Regenerative parenting might ask questions like, what's needed for this child to be able to express itself as fully as it can, be able to grow as fully as they can into the world. And it's the same thing when we're working with places. So now let's double tap on the regenerative thinking as a practice. One way to understand what regenerative thinking is trying to do is, we as regenerative practitioners are trying to disrupt our own thinking from these very mechanistic, very automatic habits, and within that disruption, within that kind of reconfiguration, try and observe our realities as they truly are with fresh perspective, not from within these assumptions that were handed down to us from you know, very static education models, but truly engage with our realities and truly engage with the life in front of us in a continuous, ongoing process kind of way, and make choices, make decisions, make actions that are aligned with growing that life. And in that way, it goes very deep because it's truly about our relationship with the world. And so thank you for framing this section in this way, because you've allowed me to speak a little bit more deeply than we would otherwise be able to. You know, in our enrollment calls, and I know many of you might feel like you've joined a little later in the process, but I can say with confidence that Morgan and Alfred and all of your leads are doing a fantastic job. Honestly, I want to celebrate them. I want to give them the praise that they deserve, because they're really reading deeply into the material. Yes, love the reactions. Give them all of that appreciation. You have some excellent people that are guiding you in this journey. And where was I going on that? Is there a hand raised? Henry. Oh, maybe it was meant to be a reaction. Oh, you lost the thread. yes, please read the enrollment materials. Go back and watch the calls, because we try and talk about these things, but there's so much context to work through, because it's such a big and such a deep shift that we're trying to create. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit further. That's a lot of context now. How am I doing for time?
Oh yeah, the thing with time is you have a little left. You yeah, you need to cut it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So I would just, the last thing I'll say is all of those same things apply to your projects. And we're in the phase now where you could start to be thinking about team formation. I just got off a call with Delphi and Sam, and what we were saying there is the teams need to form around a purpose. It needs to be the purpose that comes first. Please don't form teams around cool ideas or please really go into your local environment and engage yourselves. It's such an opportunity. I'm so happy for you that you have this kind of program. I wish I had this program years ago. And find what is calling you, find what is really moving you and others around you, and then form a group around that and become a living system. You are social living organisms, and once you start working in that way, you can create the conditions for your project to thrive. Yeah, there's a lot more I want to say, but I'll leave it there in respect of time. Thank you so much, and I'm available if you ever want to reach out. Big hugs to everyone. I think you're doing a great job, and have the best journey you can do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Tobias. That was very insightful and eye-opening. I think a couple of things stood out to me. You know, when you mentioned about how we should think in terms of teams, you are listening. He said, think in terms of conditions. Like when you look at your society, what conditions should exist in order for them to thrive? It's all about the system. It's all interconnected. Yes, we know that it's complicated. It's complex, but you know, you keep learning, and the more you keep looking, it starts making sense. Even he himself, like he said, he's still learning after 3 years, you see. And also another important aspect, he said again, teams should be formed around purpose, not a cool idea. That's very, very important. Go into your communities, your grassroots communities, you know, connect, bring the story, let's know what's up, what's happening. And also, so now we would now have to go more in depth into this kickoff. And for the next segment, which will be covering on the hackathon structure, project expectations, you know, how submissions would work, etc. I would like, guys, applause, be clap when I'm about to introduce someone, just be, you know, show excitement. You know, I'm not saying, we're talking. I'd like to invite our co-facilitator. Guys, he has been working hard though. He's doing co-facilitator Alfred Itodoli. Yes, thank you. Very, very important, you know, missionary in all of this. So give him his flowers. He has tried. He's been working really hard behind the scene. So Sir Alfred, the floor is yours. Have fun.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I think with that, I'll forgive you, because I was kind of pissed off. Why do you have to cut Tobias short? Because I was ready to listen to him, see if he was going to speak for 10 hours.
I know, but time now, time.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for the introduction. And yeah, thank you all for showing up for the meeting. Sincerely, I was afraid like you guys won't show, because there are a lot of questions in the group. You guys were asking what is going on. Some people even come to my DM that they're kind of confused. Some guys even was annoyed and left the group. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming up. Like, you guys are the real MVPs. So, but before I proceed and show the detailed process, like, I want to like, okay, we'll do some activities first, and there's a giveaway for that also. There's 10K up for grabs, 10,000. Yeah, on our onboarding call last week, yeah, we gave out a CTA, call to action, gave out some tasks that you all go out there and do these assessments, speak to your communities, like get feedback from the community, like go out there. So anyone like first to raise up his hand and and give a report on that. Share what you have done so far with evidence. Or there's a 10,000 because we said it. Every activities will be rewarded. Every activities here will be rewarded because this hackathon, as we are following generative principles, it's not a normal hackathon that you just go think of an idea, code an MVP, get the reward, and then move on. This is actually a system change process, and one of the enabling key factors that is important in system change is the enabling environment. So I can see only one hands up. No one. Okay, all of now there are big boys. I understand. So well, since no one is contending with Musa, please. Okay, go ahead. Musa, please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, all. My name is Muradi Musa. Just as Alfred have said. So the report for the survey, or will I say the reach outreach rather, for me, I did that I think today. While I was going to the market, I thought of it. I told myself, if I start my own stuff and research from this point, like I was going to the market, Samuru market precisely. Then I thought to myself, what if I start my own research and targeting the community members and asking them about the community challenges they are actually facing. And then most of the people I bought stores from, I actually took the advantage that I was actually buying something from them, and then had a little chat with them and discussed on what was on their nerves, what was disturbing, and what was the problem around the community that was making maybe life a bit harder for them, and so on and things like that. And then I actually recorded one of our conversation with one of the person I bought some stuff with, and I think I got a lot of insight and a lot of ideas. That
I think Nigeria will be happening to Musa today. What do we call it? The village people, because I did not hear. I think I had less than 10% of what we were saying. So like, I apologize for Nigeria, Musa. Apologize. So let's go to someone else. It's Sheriff.
Hello, can you guys hear me, please?
We could not hear you.
Yes,
now.
we can hear you. Yes. But your network's bad. But let's see.
Sorry for speaking without raising my hand up first. I got a little of what Musa was saying. So he said he went into his community and then he interacted with some people. Musa, you said you have a recording of you speaking with someone. Is that recording on your phone? Is this something you could play out for us, like to hear?
Okay. My phone is somehow down now, but I think if I can power it, and after some time I can share it on the
Okay, no problem. When you power it, as long as the call is still on, just put up your hand and then play it. I'd like to hear. Thank you.
Okay, sir. I would. Thank you, sir. Oh,
Okay. Thank you, Musa, for that. Thank you. And like, sincerely, when I gave out the prize, the giveaway, I was thinking no one was going to like win it, because my mindset was like no one actually did it. So I think a lot of people did it, because I saw about 2 hands up also. So Sheriff, please go ahead. Let's hear what you did.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. The thing is, actually, I joined the group very late, because yesterday I got to see the whole program, going to your community to make reports like that. But today I was able to engage 3 people to experience, but most of them don't want them to be record. Off the record, I don't want the prize, I just want to say what I could understand from this small little survey or report I just did today. So I understand that what I'm working on might actually hold a huge space in the line, because the way I talk to them, they really express more of bitterness in the stage of the work, on the stage on the problem they are facing. They really express bitterness and they want something that could be done to that stage, at least to make everything go smoothly with them. But by tomorrow, I think I'll be making official documentary where I'll be going to places that I know, yes, I'm going to do this thing which I'm officially prepared. So that's all what I just said I should share.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. Well, it's nice. I think that will be part of the presentation we'll be having today. Letting you guys know the process of documentation, because we do want the video. The video is just for the storytelling parts and the evidence that, okay, you guys are trying to do your research and not fabricating things up. So, but then we still understand their data privacy laws. Yeah, so the people you are interviewing, they must give their consent before you can actually put anything out there. So, but then that doesn't stop from giving your what was the what is it called, insights you got from the outreach. You could share that with us.
Okay, the insight I got from the outreach, most of them just want a place whereby they will rely on retargeting scams. Like they just want a platform where they can get scammed, so they can get the house, or they can get the house where they even go to that place, instead of going to squat with a friend that they don't even know about the person, and the person start giving their attitude like that, or accommodating someone that has a bad attitude. They just want something that they can have a better roommate, or they can get a house before they even go to school. All those stress of going to school, coming back, maybe because there's no means of you getting a house, all those stress. They just want something that can be fixed in that way that they can feel like, yeah, they have a source that they can just open something, get it, go there, and everything's already well packed for them. Not until they go to school and waiting the school stress, still walking up and down, doing those things.
Okay. I think you guys, like, I don't know, before I even proceed, like, let me declare that how the prize we're choosing is it will be community wise. We drop after everyone have shared their reports, we'll list out the name and we'll drop it as a poll, and we all choose who is going with the prize. Because I'll bring my bias into it, because according to what Sheriff just said, it's so relatable. And that's the reason why this this hackathon is like this. That's why it's structured like this. So I could give local, we want local context, local solution. When Taps was speaking and he was giving a story of where he worked in a renewable energy company, and we're talking about CO2, I could not relate to that. I didn't understand it, because nothing work on Nigeria. What we're interested is, let there be lights first of all. We want to see lights before we talk about CO2. So,
Please, could you bring your hand down?
Okay. So, yeah, but when Sharif talked about, like, he don't want to get scammed in getting house, he's looking for a good roommate, I could relate to that, because even currently, people that are living in Zaria, the students, this at the time when we are looking for houses. And most of us are reaching out to our friends who want to, like, okay, let's co-live in a particular area. And some of us have experience with our past roommates. So all this, like, so I would love to see how your project develop, Sheriff. I love to see it. Like, do you already have a team around it? Have you already, like, brainstorm, come up with a solution and everything? Where's your current progress?
Hello, Sheriff. Are you there? Let's not be like it's Nigeria that you think.
I'm here actually.
Yes,
I'm
I
here.
feel like
I
it's
don't.
okay.
You say what? I can hear you. Hello.
I was asking, have you already formed a team around it? Are you the only one in your team? Okay. Well, let's proceed. I think we are short of time. Yeah. So, is there anyone else?
Yes, I believe we had like two others who had their hands up. Are you guys here? Let me see if I can find them. Are they? I think they've dropped. They put down their hands. Okay,
Okay,
someone's hands
someone.
up.
Okay, hello guys. Sorry, I just wanted to have a quick question right now. Is it only today that is the deadline for going to the communities and getting all those information? Can we still do that tomorrow?
Okay, no, today is not the deadline actually. I was just like checking in and knowing people that actually did the last one, because the last one was the onboarding. So, and we gave out a CTA that okay, you guys go out there and do research. So I was checking if anyone have done, but actually that is not the deadline. I think after I'm done with my actual presentation, you have more clarity on your question. So
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We will engage
yeah,
more after getting more clarity on everything.
okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. So Moradi, you had your hands up. You can speak now.
Sorry, please. I couldn't get what you guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, so about
Um.
the recording. Can I speak now, please?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, so about the recording, I think I have it now. So I'll just play it. I skipped some part because it's somehow long. So I'll just play a short clip, or rather the most important part of it. So just pay attention. Hope you guys are hearing
Moradi,
it.
it's not audible. No, we can't. We can't hear you. We can only hear static. Like it's a little bit far. Can you bring it closer to your, I don't know, your phone's mic or something? Hmm. Morgan, yes, you want to contribute. You want to say something?
Yeah. I asked for it, so it could be like some form of evidence to support what you were saying. And since it's not audible enough for time purposes, you should send it to the community so you can listen and give some feedback.
Okay,
Okay.
I think that
So
will
I
be
think
Moradi, can you hear me? Yes. Good. Perfect. Yes, just send it to the group. Specifically our Telegram group. Morgan, tell him how to go. Oh, don't send it now. Wait till when they're done, telling you the process of documentation and all, so that you set it in and all of that. Okay.
okay, okay, ma. I think I'll do just that.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Good. So who else did carried out the assignments from the last onboarding call? So Saf, no other person. No hands are up. Okay, so Alfred, you can go ahead. Oh, there's a sheriff. Okay, I think this is the last one we would take because we need to go really in depth into the whole documentation and the processes.
Sorry, please. You guys were saying something about my team or something. I couldn't get the network went back. I just came back on my. I can just have a summary of what you guys just said within the seconds.
What I was saying is I loved your idea because it was so relatable, and that shows it was locally sourced. It's not something you went on ChatGPT to get. Yeah. So I was asking if you already have a team around that.
Yes. You are complete already. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That's great. So yeah, before we proceed, guys, you guys forgive me. I think I'm wasting guys' time at this moment, but it's for a purpose. I'm actually waiting for a link. What I'm supposed to present to you guys, it's being currently worked on. We're just doing some quality assurance on it, and I'm waiting for the developer to push it, and I'll present it to you guys. Yeah. So while we're waiting for that, let's have our vote. I don't think it will make sense if we do it in the communities. Even people who are not on the call will also vote without listening to the vote presentation. So let's have our vote now. So the contestants are Mr. Musa, the person that spoke first. I don't hear his idea. I think Morgan heard it. So Morgan, can you explain what you heard?
What he was saying really was that he went out, but he didn't actually like pick a particular problem. He said he communicated with people, and then he had recording, and then that's as far as I got. And I wanted to hear the recording, but it seemed that wasn't so possible. But yeah, I'm sure going to go for Musa Shah because he was agentic. He was the first person to put out his hands. It shows he was willing to take initiative, and then I really love the energy he put into the reaction. So yeah, I'm for Musa.
Okay, Musa have his hand up. You have anything to say? Please make it very short, like 2 minutes.
Okay, so about the idea, sorry, I think I said that point and then I was like cut short on the recording and stuff like that. So the idea I got from, the insight I got from the interaction I had with the community members was that, the leadership structure in the country needs to be purged, like, creating a more better system for the election processes, because instead of us having our elections, like the idea I had, insight I had, and the solution I wanted to present, because after having like the discussion, I came up with a solution that could actually solve the problem. Because what came to mind was, instead of us like having our vote on site, manually, like having our votes
Let
on
me
paper.
kind of stop you. Let me kind of stop you. I was enjoying what you were going to, like, but then you diverted. What we want to listen to is the actual research, not the idea you came up with already. Like, what was the idea? What was the insight cost to the outreach?
Okay, the whole thing, what I got from the outreach was that, these guys are like somehow suffering from insecurity, like, because now they are feeling very very insecure right now at the moment, because a lot of kidnappings, a lot of stuff are happening in the country, that they feel so insecure that at any time they feel like anything can happen. So they actually don't, they are somehow cautious. They are not having a free life at the moment, a free life, having like a free mind. They are not living their lives having a clear and free mind that they are safe. So they are, they are related to their consciousness. They're having it in their consciousness that this community is somehow unsafe for them. And then like that was the problem I was getting from it, from the whole discussion. Like everything is unsafe. They are somehow exposed to, kidnappers, so many, armed guys,
Yeah.
dangerous people that could harm the community and stuff like that. So that was like the main thing I was getting from them. Yes, sir. So I don't know if that answers.
Yeah, that answers it. Thank you very much. That was the whole purpose of the activities. So, guys, you guys have here. I think from what Musa said, like we heard him clearly, and also Sharif. So let's have our votes. How do you go about the vote? I mean, I think you should coordinate this.
Show of hands. Show of hands. Just raise your virtual hands.
Okay. So if let's start with Musa, since he was the one that spoke first. If you consent to Musa taking the full prize, raise up your hand. Hold on. Let me give you guys the three options, because it's actually three options, not two options. First option, if you want Musa taking the full prize, you show up your hand. Then again, if you want Sharif taking the full prize, you show up your hand. And if you want the two of them splitting it equal, you show up your hand. So we are starting with Musa first, and we'll be counting. So if you want Musa taking the full prize, show up your hand. Amina, please can count and jot down the numbers. Why is Musa not voting for himself? Okay, I think time is up. So I'll take it like that, 11. I saw 11 numbers. So let's move over to Sheriff. So if you want Sheriff taking the full prize, please show up your hand.
I think the previous people need to drop their hands first, right?
Okay, everyone drop down your hand first. I counted 11 for Musa. So everybody drop down your hand. It's remaining only one person. Who is Hello Dancer Ido? Please, can you drop down your hand, or are you going for Sheriff? Okay, I dropped down his hand. So now let's go. Who is going for Sheriff? Raise up your hand. Your virtual hands. It seems no one is raising their hand anymore. Am I saying right? I'm seeing only 3 people.
No, you guys were 6. The most
No,
was
it was 5 at some point. It was 5 at some point, I believe. Let me go. I'm just again. Okay.
I think the maximum number I've seen so far is
7. Yes.
Okay. So the last option now. Let's all drop on down. Drop down yours.
Yes, everyone, please your hands down, hands down. Good, good, good.
So for the last option, do you want them splitting the money equally? You can show up your hand.
That was fast.
You can actually vote twice if you want.
Oh, okay. I think we have a clear winner.
Okay.
Yeah. The community has voted.
So the decision is they both share it equally. All right. So please, you guys reach out to, I don't know, reach out to Morgan and send him your account number, then prices will be distributed. So yeah, even with all these activities, I still haven't gotten what I want. Kama is on this quest. Kama listening to me. Kama is you are waiting for. But then please, not to waste you guys' time. So I'll go ahead and explain the process without having to demonstrate it. But I think I'll demonstrate the forms. So yeah, again, we sincerely apologize for keeping you guys time. As Tab said, because the process is complex. And I think we did send the document to you guys, like the document of the whole process, hackathon process. I'm sure any of you entered actually the document, you found out that it's complex. Like, guy, I was reading and up with dictionary at the other, and like I studied. Nothing I've ever done in my life when I was in school. Well, I'm sorry, I'm still in school. So sometimes I forget I'm a student. So I've never done it before. Yeah, I was reading and so it was very complex, and we were taking our time to get the whole process right. So we could, we could get
wait, Sir Alfred, sorry, I need to make an announcement. Guys, I think we're done voting. I think the third option won, and Sir Alfred has stated that both participants should reach out to Morgan and to get the prizes. So please put down your hand so that I understand if you want to ask a question or if you're still voting. Can we all just put down our hands for now, please? Thank you. Abdulaziz, Lukman, Jesse, Sahid, how far? Thank you very much. Please let's do the needful. Oh, thank you very much. So Alfred, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So we needed to understand the whole process and make sure we don't miss any steps. So we're taking our time. We're taking our time to establish it fully. And yeah, so this is let me start with the agenda first. Firstly, the agenda was this kickoff call. So officially let you guys know that the hackathon has started, and it's lasting for a time frame of 2 weeks. Because as I said in the boarding call, this is not only happening in Zaria. The hackathon is happening all around Pan-African countries, sub-Saharan African countries. It's happening in Nairobi, Ghana, Kenya, So, and the whole time, like each hackathon region must submit their projects, must conclude whatever they are doing. Their physical hackathon is December 15th. So, and from now to December 15th, I think that is approximately like 2 weeks. So, And within them, there are some activities that ourselves we have to host, like workshops, events like this, and also the physical act that will be happening also. So our own agenda is we'll be having, after this, we'll be having 3 more activities. The first one will be prototyping with AI, like prototyping fast with AI. How to build fast with AI, because I notice most of us are junior engineers, actually junior software dev, and those junior software dev is like I know how to use. I'm a vibe coder already, so we want to level the ground and make sure that okay, everybody will be able to like build very fast with AI. And since you guys have been introduced to a new technology, I think more than half of us, don't know about Cardano, don't know about Midnight, don't know about Singularity Net. Most of the new technologies were introduced. So we will be hosting a workshop, to introduce, like to teach you guys how to prototype very fast using AI technologies. And that will be happening on Saturday, this week Saturday. That's when the Photoshop will happen. We'll soon set up the Luma link and send it out for you guys so you can register for it. And also, we are supposed to have workshop particularly for all this, workshop on Cardano, how to use Cardano. But for that, instead, we want to do it one-on-one. Because this is coming. We are setting this the environment of this hackathon on a local context, based on our own experience. Most of us here, we have been to a lot of hackathons. Like, let's be honest with ourselves, those workshops does it help? No, because we don't see one guy coming on screen and saying nonsense, talking, and some of the times, most of us we zone out. We don't listen to what he's saying. So we want to make it personalized instead, whereby anybody that's successfully on board this team on the process, if you need any assistance in Cardano or the technology we're using, you will ask for the assistance, and by that time you'll have discovered exactly what you want. So you can personalize to you and to be very effective, since we have those 2 weeks. So that's how we're doing our workshop. We currently have like 2 developers that is ready to assist anybody when they request for assistance. So that is it. But we'll be having a general workshop on for prototyping fast with AI, and it's happening on Saturday. And then on the 9th of December, we'll be having our own, let's say, like, because sorry guys, I'm coming. Yeah, sorry, someone was knocking. I had to go open the door. Yeah, so as I was saying, on 19th, what is it called? I think it's joint stakeholders assessment. We'll be having our own kind of let me say pitch context, whereby what team have built so far is to be presented there. And there'll be judges. We'll be having multi-stakeholders, like there'll be lecturers, there'll be like like based on the problem statement you guys submitted, we'll look for experts in this field area, and they'll be there to judge. And we'll also have our own look, apart from the global prizes pool, we also have our own local prize pool for that. The aim of that event is to like get you guys ready, so that, because it's highly competitive. I think at the moment now, almost you're expecting up to like 500 people participating in this, because it's happening all around Africa. So it's highly competitive. We want to make sure that we get to the final stage, at least some from Zaria gets to the final stage. So we want to make sure that each project that goes out there are quality. So that's what the event on the 9th will be for. So based on the feedback that you guys get from that, so for the remaining from 19th to the final grand finale that we'll be having here also, which is on the 14th of December, you guys will have to okay, go back, and because they won't be disqualifying anybody. Won't be disqualifying anybody for it. Just be like, okay, there'll be incentive that, okay, you have done this so far, you won this local challenge, and that's your prizes. And then, okay, so based on the feedback that you get from judges, you will have to build on that also. And then on our final hackathon, the real hackathon, physical hackathon that's happening on the 14th of December, that is where you guys will now come and present what you have done so far, and then we submit it to Prisma. and WADA is them that will now decide, okay, which projects will, the top 5 projects, and also if there's any worthy projects that will be going for the Hackathon, for the Cardano Africa Tech Summit, that will go and present at global stage, Cardano Africa Tech Summit in Nairobi, and it will be a paid sponsorship. Just to recap for most people that didn't attend the last onboarding call. So it will be, if your project is found worthy, the judges, you will be like sponsored to Nairobi to go and present at the Cardano African Tech Summit, the first ever Cardano Tech Summit happening in Africa. So yeah, that is the 3 events that are happening so far. The one happening on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the prototyping fast with AI. The one happening on the 9th of December, the midway project presentation, an assessment, so I could prototype and get feedback, and then the final project presentation that will be happening on the 14th. And the location for that is already set. It's going to be Key Library, PG. What is that? It will be happening in Key Library physically. And some of you might, okay, let me speak about that. When we go to question and answer, I'll speak on that. So that is the agenda for it. And now, talking on the process. So we currently have a website that, everything will be transparent there. Your needs assessments, I think that is the tooling given to us from WADA. So every community outreach in Prisma world is called Ground-Potentialising. So let's call it needs assessment or community outreach. Every community outreach, your documentation, your summary, everything will be listed there, and the name of the teams, and if it's an individual, because also we know some of you like going alone. You want to dev solo, you don't want to go with a team. So we also have space for that. It will be listed there. And so, but for us to be able to know who is who and who is actually with us and who is currently in the hackathon, there is a form that you guys will have to fill. Let me present that right now. How the form will look like. Let me send out the form. So yeah, let me present the form. Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, the aim of this form is for us to, it's like a registration. So we know that, okay, these are the people these are the current team that are active, these are the current individual active. So we could be able to track progress and also be able to go on the documents, the open documentation, and list it there that, okay, these are the people currently that is going out for that current active team and active participants in the hackathon. So, and yeah, it's organized to collect every key information we need, project genius of hackathon registration, profiling description. Welcome to system change hackathon. Fill this form. So, okay, your personal name, email address, current location, Zaria. But also, we understand that school is currently not active and some of you are not in Zaria. That is fine. You don't really have to put Zaria. Yeah, it's like, we know it's region based. So whatever region you are to, we want to listen to local context of that region. So even though you're in Abuja, please do put Abuja there and move to next. So the whole formation, I think that's why I needed the documentation, because it's listed out there. So for the role, I think it's a team of 5. People that participate in that hackathon is a team of 5. And those team of 5 is not only to compose of just 5 developers. No, you need a builder in your team. Okay, those are the actual developers, the AI engineer, the blockchain developers, and co. So, but you also need the researchers. We refer to them as weavers. you need the researchers, you need the community managers, you need the storyteller. Because guys, let me tell you something. Staff is still here with us. Say join with different account, but I'll still go ahead and say it. For you, like what they're looking for the most is how you can tell your story, like how good your story is. Because if it's about hackathon, trust me, they'll laugh. If it's about your project or your coding and everything, they'll have gone normal routes of just hosting an hackathon, just put people in one room, think of something, write the code, look at your code and move ahead. Yeah, your project, obviously, your project will need to be quality, but they're interested in the story that is going to derive from your local context. Like how I said, like for example, now the two guys that presented, the idea that was more relatable to me was Sheriff one, where I was talking about house, getting houses, roommates and co. So that's like that story. It's more relatable because and I could feel local context to it. And I know most of you also you liked Musa story because why? It was speaking on the current situation that is happening in Nigeria presently, the insecurity issues, and we all know that story. So that's exactly what they're looking for, like the story that could be derived from a local context and how you included them in your development process. Let's say like you didn't just come up and think of an idea and you write it, but actually you went out there and you spoke to someone and you're actually creating your project for that user. Like you're creating something with the end user like with the end user at the back of your mind. And when you develop, you can easily go back to saying that, okay, what do you think about this? So you're collecting feedback in the process. That is all principles of regenerative that the tabs presented on. So that is exactly what they're looking for, how you could document each process. So that's why the team, if you feel like, because I know some of you have experience in hackathon, and you go out there and you know how to create quality projects from the perspective of previous hackathon. But let me tell you, if you go down that route, if you go down the same process for this hackathon, you might not end up even winning the local prize. Like, yes, the local prize, you might not end up even winning that, because even we are placing emphasis on how we can tell your story, how we incentivizing each process. So that's why in your team, I know most developers, they are nerds. They can't actually do these things, tell story, go and speak to, that's why in your team you must have one person at least that, one person that can sweet talk, one person that is a shaman, one person that, can relate to people, that is friendly. Those are the weaver. The community manager, storyteller, you must have in your team. And also describe, person that is good in technical writing, person that can document all this process, that can clearly articulate it and communicate it, that people can understand that, okay, yeah, this is what these people are talking about. Wow, so person that can document it. So you need that person in your team, and obviously you also need a designer. So these are, the roles that must be in every team. These are the rules that must. That's why when we were creating publicity for this, we were telling anybody just join. Like if normal hackathon targets developers, technical people, but for this hackathon we're targeting everybody because we know everybody can fit into one of these roles. Except the person just intentionally lazy and not serious and not committed. Yeah. So and technical capability now. Yeah. So from Prisma, there is actually the documentation process is supposed to be true that there's a documentation process for that. There's the old tooling that Prisma introduced to us. There is the Obsidian, the Gits. So that's what this question is based on. But we intentionally did not introduce it to you guys because it's kind of complex. It took me and Morgan and Kamal about 3 weeks to learn about it, to not use it, to understand the why, the how behind it. So we just have that for you guys to hack again, and also something project there's too much that you guys need to do already. So instead, what we talked about is okay, why don't we undo that process for you guys? Okay, you guys submit it to us, and we'll be the one to document it in the doc. So this is a technical mistake. This technical capability is not supposed to be here because you guys didn't even have the context about it. So it's a mistake. Just put no or put yes, anything you feel like it's irrelevant. Yeah. So let me choose. What am I? Let me see. I think I'm a researcher. But then I'm not good in public speaking. So is that I'm not also a builder. I think to think about it, I'm not in here, but I'll go for a researcher. So let me move ahead. Okay, choose no. So collaboration status. Are you already in a team? If you're already in a team and your team is complete, yes. What's the name of your team? Also put the name of your team here. So Also, we noticed in the previous form that we sent, some people are saying they have not chosen a team yet. So please, before you fill this form, agree on a team, because that's what you're using to track all of you guys. Because if whether you speak and tell one person to fill this form, and that person basically be your scribe, person that is documenting, to fill this form and put the name there so we can track it. Or if all of you are submitting it, you just speak to yourself, at least you guys have one team name so we can track all of what all of you are doing. So please come up with a team name before you fill this form. If you are not in a team, no, I'm actively looking for a team. So that's why I needed this document, but it's not active. There's a process we came up with also. I know I'm talking fast, but I hope you guys are able to catch up what I'm saying. So there's a process we came up with, which we want to also coordinate the process of putting people together, joining people together to form a team. And the process we come up with is like, okay, the team formation won't be before the needs assessment, the community outreach, the ground-potentialising. It will be after, whereby individuals, that have gone out there, like let's say like Sharif now, about this idea. So what we'll do is like, okay, we'll go to documents and we list out that research that have been done already and write the problem statement and everything that I've done. And then we will now open it there that, okay, this particular idea, this particular problem statement needs this amount of team. The person that did this research is the community researcher. He needs the AI developer. He needs like a documenter and everything. So now we that don't have teams yet, especially people that are filling this form, they're also choosing these options. They will now go there and and right, fill. There will be a form you also fill there. The form is not available yet. There will be a form you also fill there, and decide if you can contribute to this particular idea. So once we fill that form, then we take your information, your number, so reach out to you, and we link you guys together, and you guys from there you start ideating and then building your project. So, and we also understand that some of you, there are like two people that have reached out to me and say that they don't want to form a team. That is still formation, is a compulsory. That don't want to go alone. So yeah, if you want to still go alone, fine. I want to work alone. So also choose it there. If you're in a team, choose a name. I'm not in a team. No, I want to work solo. Are you open to being matched based on your location and interest if you are looking for a team? So no, I didn't choose if I'm looking for a team. So, but if you're available, also link this, because I was reaching out to you in the first place, you have to show indication that, okay, you're open for collaboration. So move to next, Ground-Potentialising. Okay, are you willing to physically visit a location in Zaria? As I said again, if you're not in Zaria, it's fine to research on a problem. If you are willing, choose yes. If you are not willing, choose no. So the consequences of the no and the yes is like, once you choose yes, we now take your name. We know that, okay, this particular person is going out for community outreach. So on the documentation, there'll be your name there that, okay, this person, and your story too will be listed there, so everybody can see it. And so moving to the next, I choose no. Okay, I think that is it. That is the end. So that is the form. So like this now, we now know, okay, this amount of teams are currently actively participating in the hackathon, and this amount of individuals are currently participating in the hackathon, and we know people that are open for collaboration, and we know people that are currently in a complete team, and we know people that are are going out there for community research. So, and that's for the first form. So let me present the second form now. So as I said, there's supposed to be a process, that the tooling that Prisma gives to us, that each individual, you don't have to send it to us to document whatever you guys are doing. It's like it's been uploaded directly on the doc. So the bio process is complex. You have to like open, we have to add you to a GitHub repo. You have to like clone it. So it's a process to start explaining. So, and that's why we created a system to collect the information from you guys. So the next form I'll be showing you is how we are collecting those information. I'm going to have to stop sharing this and open that one. But before I go on, please, guys, let me know that you guys are following me. Please let me know you are following me, because I know I'm speaking fast, but because of time. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me share my screen now. So now this is the process of, this is how we do collect information. Creatinous daily progress log description. Use this form to submit your updates. So this is how you are communicating to us, so that we can pick it from the back end and then upload it on the Google Doc. After this call, some you guys miss a lot of context here, and it might not be fully clear at the moment, but don't worry, it just gives time. In the next 1 to 2 days, it will be clear to everyone. After this, after I'm sure Kamal will be done setting up the doc before the end of today, and then by tomorrow in the morning, I'll be able to send screenshots, in fact, even record a video for you guys to fully understand it. But I think now with this and that, all of you understand. So yeah, so this is how we collect the updates from you all. So submission form. So your team name or individual name, whatever name that you use in the registration form. That's why I'm saying it's very compulsory. By this time, you should already have a team name. So let's say, I don't remember why I used them, but let me also for my name, Alfred. Dates of activities, you have to choose a date on the 16th. So scribe name, who is submitting it? So let's say my reposer. So let's move forward. Which phase are I currently in? So I don't know if I explained that, but there's currently, I think based on the timeline we give, there's 3 stages to it. The first stage is like the research. First go out and speak to your community. Don't think about any idea. Don't think about anything. Don't come from your own perspective that, oh, Nigeria is having this problem. No. This is one of the reasons why 90% of startup fails. Because they think of something that, oh, this is a problem, and they go and start coding. And at the end of the day, when they launch into the market, they find out that, okay, it's not selling. Sometimes they might be right. You might be right about the idea. But then if you speak to your actual users, you'll be able to understand how you can actually create, because apart from idea, the second most important thing in developing a project is knowing how to create it to their own context. How it could be. Like, I was reading a story. I think I'll show you guys that link also, whereby someone was using Doc, what is called, this app that's for food ordering and stuff. Is it Chow Doc? I can't pronounce it. So, but I know you guys know that the app, and was using it as an example why most startup in Nigeria fails, because all of us were using Silicon Valley type of startup system. So we're not using it to our local context. That is what Prisma is trying to eradicate. Bringing up okay, one of the solutions to that challenge is through generative development principles. So the phases of that is ground-potentialising. Go out there and research. Don't think about an idea. Go out and speak to actual people. Get the idea directly from them. Get the idea directly from them. So that is the first phase. Second phase is enactment. What enactment means that you're not actively building. So and the refinery is the refinery is after on the 9th. When you guys have come and present, you are getting feedback from judges. You can now, so from that 9th, from now on the 9th of December to the final stage, 13th of December, you guys' work is to refine what you have built, improve on it based on the feedback gotten. So now when you're applying this form, we want to know that on which phase are you that are using to submit this particular form. So let's say at the moment now, all of us should be on Ground-Potentialising, which is your community outreach. So you choose it. Which category? Field visits, meeting, team meetings, brainstorming, coding, building, user interview. So whatever active category, one of these boxes here to be able to cater to that. So let's say Ground-Potentialising, I think field visits. So next, summary. So give a summary of what you just got. In cases where you can't even submit the videos, so just give a summary of what you got, and also take pictures. Take pictures of your actual grade. And also, I think one of the solutions to privacy issues, like when the person you're speaking to doesn't want you to give out his identity, or maybe he doesn't want to show in a public video. What you could do instead is do it as a form of blog, VLOG blog, where you record yourself, don't record him, record yourself asking questions, okay, I'm speaking to this person and this is what I'm getting from him, and don't make sure that face doesn't show, but at least record yourself or you're speaking, and yes, make it something interesting, tell a good story. and then that is a good way of getting a video. And then so yeah, give a summary of wherever you're submitting, whether it's coding, is the field assessment and everything. So also add pictures here and link to the video. So to be awesome, if you guys can, post your link, your video, upload it on YouTube, or leave it in a Google Drive where we can take it up and upload it ourselves, or put it in a YouTube, upload it to YouTube, but don't what is it called? Like, don't make it public. Just make it yourself. Like, don't upload. Like, there's a name that we call it, whereby the video is not easily accessible to public. But if you send the video link directly to me, I can view it. So do it that way and send the link, paste the link here. We're able to get it. So paste the link, put a video, write a summary, and then submit it. So like this, once you submit it, our own scribe, our own documenter will be able to pick it up and add it on the website. Yeah, so that is the two forms. And so, but before I go, let me now give you guys the context how a form look like. Our own is not ready, but there's currently WADA documentation is ready, and also Prisma themselves also have their own documentation. So let me show you guys those documentation, so I can give you guys the context of what the docs is actually about. Let me stop sharing my screen and share my full screen. So let me know if you could see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So this is a sample of a doc. When we are done with our own documentation, this is how exactly it's going to look like. So right here, you could see this is WADA. So let's say our own tool is Project Genius that will be in this logo that will be here. So this is the home, and then they are explaining here that okay, this is not any summit, it's the first of its kind, a summit that is also a journey from village fireside to digital ledgers, African step forward, not as a backdrop, but as an architect. So, and then there's the organizing team. So the guy that just spoke to us now, this is him. This is Tabs here. Then that just spoke to us about generative principles. So this is him. Yeah. And then Messi, coordinator from WADA, and so everybody, yeah. So, and the whole agenda also of the meeting that was held, like the meeting that is upcoming, the African Tech Summit is also here. So you can come here and register for the African Tech Summit. So in our own context now, so the many 3 meetings, events that we have will be here also, which is the prototyping fast with AI on Saturday, the midway assessment, stakeholder assessment will also be here on 19th, and then the grand finale of the hackathon on the 15th also be here. So you guys can come here and register through the link, so you receive notification and reminder so you don't forget. So, and then also the whole calls that we have, if you guys notice, this call is being recorded. So the whole calls that we have will be uploaded here. Just like so, the whole calls what I'll be having. We did join late. We did not attend this course, but because it's properly documented, it was uploaded, we could go back and watch the video. And that was what Tabs was talking about, that we were studying the documentation, that me and Morgan was studying documentation to understand it. So that was what I was referring to. Okay, after they didn't upload the video for Tester 1 call, but they gave the summary of it. So, and let's go to Tester 2 calls. So there's the video of that actually. So this is the video. So they explain the whole call, everything. So just like this meeting that we're also having, it will be uploaded there, so that even WADA can come and say, okay, these are what these guys are doing. They did this onboarding call, this is what they discuss on. So, and also like everything uploaded here. And then the enrollment. So I know most of you currently are at this call now. I know most of you didn't actually register in the official WADA, because there's actually a registration that go on already. So, but currently, we are currently finding solutions to that in case of people that didn't register. So we are reaching out to them, and I think they'll open the official participants registration. So archive for each call being talked about. So now this archive, this course here that is showing here is, let's say it's WADA own type of Ground-Potentialising, their own community outreach, because these are actual discussions that happen between, just like let's say the random discussion that is happening within Prisma or WADA and, the stakeholders, let's say the hub leads, the mentors. Let me play one of them. Even one of my videos also here, one of the discussion I had with Tabs about the why, because the doc then was stressing me out, and I just went there and asked question that, okay, why are we using this process? So, and through the call I was able to understand it. So this call was inter-up. So this was the call that I think these two people are hub leads. Simon is the hub lead of Direct Ed. They currently have hub in three hubs in 3 countries. I think they have one in Abuja, they have one in Nairobi, and also one in Kigali. No, one in Ethiopia and Kigali, yes. And also that was discussion. They uploaded it, meet the mentors. They also uploaded it here. And evaluating projects, it was also uploaded. And then finally, sorry, time. Yeah, I know. I was so shut up. I like yapping. So yeah, this is my own discussion. Yeah, let me brag small. Yeah, moving from the perspective of an individual participant to that of a hub, Alfred shared his journey in the program, which has already been hugely expansive as it comes to terms with the complexity and intricacies of this work. He's sitting with the question, what's the context of this approach we are learning? Then I was very confused. I was asking that, okay, why? So we touched on the role of a hub as being an anchor amidst the emergence of several self-organizing groups and the difference that makes a different level of responsibility versus other hackathons, So, and yeah, that was what all this meeting was all about. And yeah, this was the discussion. Yeah, with me and Tab. In case you guys didn't see him, this is how Tab looks like. Yeah, so that's the context of the documentation. Everything will be properly documented. Everything we are doing, this code that we're having will be documented. Whatever you guys are doing, everything will be properly documented. And also resources will be shared there. If you guys need more information about, okay, what are the prices? Yes, I know guys, that's what most of you are interested in. What are the prices? Everything will be uploaded in documents, and we're able to point you guys towards there. And the whole point of the documentation itself is something like this, is for this. After the whole hackathon is done, you guys can see my screen, right? So after the whole hackathon is done, it would be, coming. It will be showcased here. It will be showcased here. Currently now, the whole participant, people that have registered so far, this is it here. There's currently, Zaria is having the biggest registration, even though we came late, like we came 9 minutes, but we still had the biggest registration. Zaria had 135 participants registered. So, and the ops currently, there is a lot of ops that is happening. Yeah, there's Suma University Hub. There's lots of ops all around. I think lots of ops, yes. The Genius Hub, this is our hub here. So everything that is, you can see now, let me go deeper. So everything that is being done, the documentation we have done, the number to be here, the evaluation, the meets that we had, the subscribers, everything will be fully, they'll be like, let's see their story. So currently, we are not done with it. None of have currently published their own documentation. So that is why it's not showing here. If not, after clicking that, see their story, it's supposed to take them to our own documentation, where every work that you guys have done will be there. The grant and the community outreach you did, it will be listed there. The whole ideation processes, it will be listed there. The project you came up with will be listed there. The story you tell, everything will be listed in that place. So, and also each team's member will also be listed here. But since we are not done, it's not showing here. And and it's being like, I call it gamified, whereby you click on each, each pins that are here. Click on each pins, and they can show you that, see, these are current people, these are current active ops now, all scattered all around Africa. You can see the whole visualization. So you could also go in deeper, but it's currently not live. But I feel that is the goal, and they'll click on and then show you whatever is happening in that current location. So that is the whole point of the docs This is Prisma Docs. That was for WADA. So this is Prisma Docs. Let's see, events, Accra. So, and something like this to have happened before. It happened in Accra in June, and their story was uploaded. This was their story. This was one of the projects that was developed through the regenerative process. The project they built was, Carpool team identified a gap in the transportation offering available to the growing corporate worker economy. Currently, the choice essentially boils down to either a public minibus. So, sorry for time, let me not read that. So this was the story. So these are also our own will also be documented and uploaded to this is a project as a team, and that project is here. They have not uploaded their own video, and that project is here. They have uploaded their own video. So that is how our own documentation would look like. Like, it's so sad that it's not available. If not, I would love to present it so we could get the full picture of how it is. Yeah. So that is it about. I hope we got the whole context and the whole timelining. That is very important. So clear call to action that I could give to sum up my presentation is, now we have officially kicked off the hackathon. Now, to officially kick off the hackathon, the first thing you are meant to do is the form will be sent. Go out there and fill the form. So that is like, okay, we now know, without filling the form, we can't identify you. We don't know who you are. It's like you are not part of the hackathon. So once you fill the form, you get your details on that. Okay, there's actually this person, there's this team, and then you go ahead. So go ahead and do your community research. Go ahead and your reach out to people, speak to them, learn from them to your local context, and then document that, take recording, take picture, document it, go to the submission form, to the intake form, and fill it there, send it to us. We will take it, upload it on our own documentation, and you can, after that, next week, I think that is from now till on Friday, is for, no, you guys haven't decided, but what we just know that, okay, from next week, by the end of this week, at least, every team should be able to send out their own story, so we can effectively document it on our own documentation for you guys. Why? You must have built something, which is the enactment stage will start officially on Sunday down to on the 9th. So on the 9th, you guys will come and present, and then from there, we will get from there you receive feedback, and then from on the 9th to 14th, the grand finale, you guys can now come and present, make the final submission, then we send it to WADA, Prisma, and then from there, the judging will happen, and you guys will receive, you will know who the winner is. And I'm counting on you guys. I know at least a team for me, ABU, you guys are ABU students, you are naturally ahead in everything. I just show you a form now that Zaria are the largest participants. It means we are the people that are interested. Most people, they see it and they run away that, oh, this thing is so complex, it's so complex for us, they want to participate. But Zaria, I'm able to university students, we are naturally ahead. So I know that. So definitely, I know one team from there will make it to the Nairobi, will make it to Nairobi, the global stage to present the idea. And from there, it's not only Nairobi, you have the potential, to be incubated and then become a startup, start up your founding journey from there. I think it was like 3 days ago that and one of the projects I just displayed now, Carpool, they announced a major milestone where they just secured a partner, for their projects, the Carpool projects. So Prisma is still actively incubating them. So each project that is here, you have this is now it's just more than an hackathon. So you have the opportunity to actually develop a real project, a startup for yourself, and it will be incubated. You open to resources, open to funding opportunities, and so you can bring your project to life. So that's why we want the project to be based off of real substance. It's based off of real substance, not something I did and then code it and then you submit it just for the price of it. And then let me also announce the prices. So the prices from the wider part of, from the global hackathon is 3 winners. The first winner, okay, I think I should not announce that now. It will be in the documentation and, we'll send it to you guys to go and see it from here. I think it's already late already, so let me not take too much time. But remember that each process is being incentivized. Every activity that is being done is being incentivized. We are watching, we have not listed it out, but it's better to be active than when we now list it out now. Oh, thank God I was active, and then we got the reward. So, and also, as I said, so we'll be having our own local prizes. So on the 9th, people that present from there will choose, okay, what is the best 3 projects, and then they also receive their own local prizes. And the prize pool for that is what is the price? 500,000. Yeah, that is the prize pool for that. So it means top 3 win teams working with 500 a shared prizes of 500,000 on the 19th. Apart from the general prize pool that's coming from WAT, that is the 10,000 prize pool that will be split within all the hub in Africa. So I think I've talked too much. My thought is already drying. So thank you guys for staying. See, almost we are still 37. You guys really enjoyed my presentation. I thought some of you have run away. Maybe I've bored you. Well, thank you. I really appreciate for staying to the end. So I'll be shutting off now. I can take over.
Good. Thank you so much, Alfred. I can't drink water. You don't try. You did a very good job breaking down the structure, the submission process, documentation. That was beautiful. And I believe everyone here has better insight as to what the process is all about. I want to believe that. So now, for once of time, my intention was to call on someone else. That's the third co-facilitator of the hub. But for once of time, time is fast spent. We'll move to the next segment, which is now the Q&A session. And I know lots of persons have been looking forward to that session. I know you have questions, but also for once of time, sadly, I won't be able to take all. I think just the first 3 hands that I'm just going to, those are the ones that would ask their questions for now. And then if you have more questions, we go to the group and then you drop that, drop your questions. Alfred, Morgan, Kama, myself are all here, to answer your questions and help you with your journey. So we'll start first of all with Abdul Majid. Is that it? Abdul, please, you can ask your question now. No, it's Abdul. Hello. Abdul Majid. Okay, I think I have no time, so I have to move to the. Okay, I think his mic's good.
Sorry, I'm just it's the mic issue. I just had a network problem.
Okay, please keep your questions very as succinct as possible. As you know, time is far gone, at least a minute or so. Thank you.
Okay, fine. I think it's regarding how the project is going to be. So I came late and I joined this very Zoom meeting late. So that's why I just want to know if literally you have an idea. Does that mean it has to do with integration of Cardano ecosystem in it, or it's just a normal idea that you just present and that's it?
Yes, the integration of the Cardano ecosystem the blockchain is very, very important. I believe it's a very important criteria. You ask more of those questions in the group, reach out to Kamal, reach out to Alfred, Morgan, just reach out to us, the core team in the group would respond, okay? But yeah, it's very important. Next is Muhammad. Abdul Majid, I hope that was satisfactory. If you have more questions, just ask in the group, okay? Just tag us, okay?
No
Someone would respond to you. Good. Muhammad.
Appreciate.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Muhammad, can we please get your questions?
Hi.
Please keep it as succinct as possible. Hi.
Yeah, thank you, Amina. And I thank you, the presenter. My question is, I am not fair, meaning that I don't have a team. I want to know, even though you said I should reach out to Morgan and I did same, but I said let me use this session as an opportunity to ask the question once again. Please, I want to be paid so that I have not been able to be following fully what has been saying on the WhatsApp group, but I've enjoyed this session because I've been present from the beginning to now. So I want to know how and I will be grateful. Thank you.
Okay, Mohammed. Just so that we watched through the whole thing. Alfred had mentioned that it would be linked to a documentation process that will be shared. And when you're filling the form, there's a part where you'd be asked, "Do you have a team?" And then if you say no, it will help them. Then they'd be able to help you. Be part of a team. Do you get? So, like I said, reach out to Morgan. I'm sure he would share the link with you and ensure that help you that before maybe tomorrow, so you would be in a team. Okay. Is that satisfactory enough for you? My response. There would be a
Yeah,
form
yeah,
that would be
it
shared,
is.
and like, you've reached out to Morgan, so he could also help you manually with that. Okay, now Sheriff, please succinct as possible, I beg. Thank you. You can ask your question too.
Okay, please, I just have four questions to ask, and I'll be fast about that. Number one is the number of members that we are supposed to join. The thing is, I'm having six members because I don't have a technical role there, but I'm the, let's say, chief visionary officer
Wait,
and the
sorry,
lead.
let's have a first question. You have six members, but you don't have a technical member. They're all non-technical guys.
No, no, no. I mean, I myself don't have
Is that your
technical
question,
idea.
Sheriff?
No, no, I'm talking about the member. Like we are six. Must we?
Or is it my network?
Can we be
Guys,
more
can you hear
than?
me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I can hear you.
I can hear him. I think he's a network coming now. Can you hear me, Abby?
Okay. I can hear you now. I can hear you. So, Sheriff, you asked
I
what?
I said about the numbers of the members, the number of the members in the team. We are six in numbers. So are we good to go, or we must be five?
Alf- I think Alfred mentioned it has to be five. Alfred, please take this very succinct, Alfred. Let's go.
Yeah, 5 members. It's have to be 5 members. But Prisma is still with us. I don't know if Tabs we could answer that question.
Okay, Satabs.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, five.
Yeah, thank you.
5 is a good number to aim for. 3 is the absolute minimum, and above 7 it's getting too large. And odd numbers are better than even numbers in general. But once you get
So if I
from
should,
5, between 5 and 7 is ideal.
okay, that means six number is still okay. That means six in the team is still okay. That's number one. Number two,
Yeah.
the minute of documentary, like how many minutes are you giving us, or can you use as more? Because I think there should be a minute for the documentary. It can be maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or 10 minutes. That's the number two question I have on that one.
So what I would say about the documentation is it depends on you. There's no like a rule on your documentation. Your video must be 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and everything. We are just interested in how can you communicate or can you share with us that story or whatever research you did within 30 seconds of video. In fact, we even want it as short as possible as we want. So there's no a specific rule. We just want to, okay, what's the story you are telling, like your documentation, your research you did and everything. How we'll be able to get every information we need from that video in any limits. So you decide on the length of the video. I don't know what I said makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, Sheriff, you've heard Alfred. When it comes to documentation, it's good. And also when it comes to group members of your team membership, just to reiterate what Prisma had said earlier, he said 3 is the minimum, 7 is the maximum, nothing more than. But he also mentioned something key. He said odd numbers are like is way better than even numbers. So you're aiming for things like 3, 5, and 7. Okay, so that you put that back of your mind. All right. So
Okay.
good, beautiful. Abdul Majid, your hands are still also.
I have two questions. Sorry, please. Just
Oh, you
let
still
me
have
make
2
it
more
short.
questions, Sheriff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Regardless of the documentation, like uploading, right? Because I want every of my members to at least go to their various locations to get 1 or 2 maybe videos, or at least I want to put them on the field to understand what is going on. So it must their document there, like can I submit it on behalf of the team, or all of us will submit individually? And the last but not the least, actually I'm not a student currently, but my experience is from when I was a student, so that leads to all these things that is going on. So am I still qualified? Yes or no?
Yes, you're still qualified. And concerning the video compilation and documentation, Alfred, does he need to send it at once, or they can all send it from like their different locations and then we'll just compile it? I think you can send it from the different locations. Our guy in charge of documentation would help, arrange the whole thing to look good. Okay. So Alfred, I did
High
justice to
leverage.
that,
What I mean,
yes?
can they?
Yes.
I can
They can all
document
send it
everything.
in individually, yes, under your group, your team group, like your group name. Because like Alpha said, when you're registering in the form we're going to send soon, you're going to have a group, like your team is going to have a name. So they should just send the share using the team name. So we know where it's coming from and what team is sending it. Then we'll do the compilation and the story, the documentation. That would be a problem. And you not being a student also doesn't matter. It's okay, it's fine, it works. So yes, that is that. I hope okay. Now I hope I've satisfied whatever questions you have and everything. Now we're on the same page now. So with that, I would like to say thank you also. Oh no. One more thing before I run away. Setup. I know the last time I kind of I rushed you and I had lots of feedback saying they really wanted to hear more of what you had to say on the regenerative principles, as I know it's very key to carrying out their project. So I wanted to know if you had just one or two words to share with us. Just make it very short, and so we'd round
I
up.
do, yeah. Thank you for in that re-invitation. And no worries at all about cutting me short. What was on the tip of my tongue at the end of my last section was the concept of nestedness, because it's very key and it runs throughout everything that we do, and it's very, very powerful once you can start tapping into that. So let me try and share my screen real quick. It's a key shift in perspective from seeing something just on its own to seeing it as part of something bigger. And actually there's multiple levels of being nested. And this applies for the teams, it applies for the hubs, and it applies also for the whole summit itself. This is the shift in perspective that I'm talking about. This is an example of how you could visualize it, but it's just an example. The key is to move from the bigger system first, then work to the parts during design, because it's by being part of something larger that you are being informed by that context. That's how things come into form. And I don't know if you might have shared this already, but I made this diagram to try and visualize that for the whole summit. So you have WADA here, the network of hubs, and you have all of the hubs themselves, and then all of the teams on the ground. That's how all of this organization fits together, and the summit itself is even part of something bigger, and you're all part of that. So I just wanted to bring that to mind as a reminder that you're all nested, every team is nested, every hub is nested in this region, and that's really at the center of all of this place-based work is working in terms of alignment in those nested systems. The other thing is potential. Another massive shift in perspective is shifting from working on problems to working on potential. When you start with potential, oftentimes it can dissolve problems. When you just start from problems, all you see is problems. Oh my God, problems everywhere, challenges. So yeah, try to start working from potential. And yeah, that's all I'll say for now. Thank you, Amina.
Okay, thank you, Tab. So just to reiterate what he has said, which is thank God I did come back and ask him, hope you have one or two things to add. It's very important. He mentioned two very important principles: nestedness and looking out for potentials and not problem. Nestedness, everything is connected. Remember, systems, okay? And potential. So instead of going out to look for problems, you're going out to see potentials. You're looking at the situation. What is the potential? How can I make this better? It ties down to what he also said about wanting to make a condition better and all of that. Okay, I hope we're on the same page with that and that everyone took note of that important part. So in the spirit of that, I'd like to tell everyone here Thank you all so much for joining today's kickoff session and for your amazing questions, for being engaging and for staying this long. I am truly grateful. I understand it was meant to be an hour long, but Sir Alfred is very passionate about this. He really wants us to get all the information we can. He doesn't want to leave any stone unturned. And so that's why I dropped out. That's what I did. And from us at Project Genius, we want everyone to succeed. And today was all about helping you understand the rules, judging criteria, how to submit your project documentation, and also guiding you on how to use how regenerative ideas will guide you in this whole hackathon thingy and all. And of course, a big thank you to our special guest, Tobias Fechner from Prisma, for sharing his presence and knowledge and time with us. We're actually grateful. And also thank you to our facilitators, Morgan, Alfred. Kamal was meant to speak, but for want of time, I couldn't, So yeah, thank you all for showing up today and making this session meaningful. So guys, remember, stay active in the group. All the important links, resources, templates, everything will be shared. Okay. I remember, as Sir Alfred said, there are incentives for you being very active. Like, trust me, it's very important. I want our community to be bubbling. So on behalf of Project Genius, as the Cat Hackathon Zaria Hub team, we want to say thank you once again and have a wonderful evening. And yes, let's build something impactful for our communities together. Oh, Alfred wants to say one last thing. Okay, Alfred, go ahead.
Yeah, I just received an email now that some people are not in the WhatsApp group. So please, I'll be sending the WhatsApp group link now in the call. So after the call, you could just click the link and join the WhatsApp group. So, and also there's a process that wasn't spoke about. Like, many communication will be happening in the Telegram group. So, but we don't take everybody.
Very important. Very important. Yes.
Because now, look at Telegram group, look at our WhatsApp group. We have up to 260. Most people are even that are on this call have not even joined the WhatsApp group. Like I can know I'm seeing like 10 people that are not in the WhatsApp group. 260, and then we are not getting up to 10% of people on this call. So, but what I want to do instead is people that will be going to the Telegram group are team members and individuals that have already registered. That shows that you guys are active and you're participating to the end of the hackathon. So once we collect your information, we now add you to the Telegram group ourselves, and then our whole coordination process will be going through there. So, but just for the WhatsApp group is open. So after this call, you can stay and click the WhatsApp group so you could join it. Thank you.
Yes. So what Alfred is saying is, if you're not a part of you're not in our WhatsApp group community right now, just stay back. He's going to share the link, you copy it, and then you click on it and join our community. And then he's stating that, because like I said, they're going to share a link very soon. Those groups that feel this would then be moved to the Telegram group, because we're trying to filter out or funnel out serious participants and the rest, so that we really know who we are working with and we're actively helping you achieve your goals and all of that. So Alfred has shared the link. So yes, it's there. So if you're not in the WhatsApp group already, please copy it, screenshot it, one way or the other, and then try to manually get in. Very important. So I guess this brings us to the end of this beautiful session. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed it. It was so much information, so much breaking down, so much time, so much effort. And so yes, we can't wait to see what beautiful project you guys bring to us. And yeah, and I'm sure one of you or most of you will make it to Nairobi. The energy, it's ABU naturally ahead. Okay. So bye for those who are done, who are in the WhatsApp group, are satisfied. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, don't buy, you stay behind. Go to the calling message and do the needful. Okay. Yes. All right. That's that. Oh, fortunately, you can't copy the link. Oh, that's interesting. Morgan, what do we do
I'll
about
send
that?
him the link.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Is there someone else who can't copy the link?
Sayonara.
Good night. Oh, and one more thing, because it's late. I can't. I was supposed to give the incentive in the group that I promised earlier today. We'll do that tomorrow. So those of you that attended, just go and inform them. Because I'm tired. Go and inform them that it's tomorrow. I'll pick out the winners and do the needful, just like I promised. Okay, for the Twitter post thingy. Thank you.